Welcome everyone to a Yoga with Zack practice. Thank you so much for joining us today. I've got some beautiful sunshine filtering into my space on a very cool winter day. So hopefully you can find some sunshine whether you're practicing in a warmer climate outside or if you have a space in your house or wherever you practice where there's some sunshine coming in. So important to feel that light, that love, that energy. We're going to start here today, simple seated position, eyes closed, breath deep. And I invite you to begin to let go. Whatever your day has looked like so far, let that fade away, because all that matters for right now is the moment that we've been given, that we've been blessed with. Long spine, deep breath. Lower belly expanding out with the inhale, and then coming back towards the spine with the exhale. And I have a quote, a centering thought for you for this practice today. You make your life hard by always being in your head. Life is simple. Get out of your head and get into the moment. Life is simple. Get out of your head and get into the moment. So a lot of the anxiety, the fear we perceive is just simply in our head. It's something that we anticipate happening, worry in the future. It's a fear or anxiety built upon what's happened to us in our past. It's important for us to strip away the past and not worry about the future. Instead, open our eyes and clearly look at what our situation is in the moment. Because chances are it's a lot more beautiful. It's a lot better than we ever would have imagined. What's on the outside is truth. A lot of what goes on inside our heads is lies. So we open our eyes to the truth in our practice today. We breathe in this moment that we've been given, that we've been blessed with. Just take a few moments here to sit up tall, long spine, and just breathe. Begin to roll the shoulders up, back, and down from the ears. If you'd like to keep your eyes closed, it's a great option. Feeling a little pop, a little release through the shoulders. And just find a little bit of head, neck movement, just a little slow, small movement along the chest, chin to one shoulder, then the other. Maybe just a few small circles with the head and neck. Just beginning to warm up, so nothing too deep, nothing too extreme. Listen to your body today as you practice. And then back up to center. Shoulders roll up, back, and down again. Inhale, deep lengthening through the spine. Exhale, drop over towards the right knee. Sweep the body forward and through the other side. And then inhale, lift up. Continue in that same direction. Once we come back up and through, I invite you to move the opposite way over towards the left knee. We're going to do a lot of work today, opening up through the hips, the glutes, IT band. Many of us tighten up, and especially if we're seated for a good portion of our day. Important during our day also to get up and move too. And then a couple times in one direction on your own. 2 times one way, lift back up, 2 times the other way, just moving fluidly with the breath. And then we'll shift to the hips, back to center. Inhale, arms sweep out wide, lifting up, reaching tall to the sky, palms touch. Exhale, hands lower, heart center. Again, together breathing. Inhale, lift up, little smile. Palms touch, hands lower down. One more time. Inhale, sweep out, lift up, big reach to the sky. Left hand to right knee. Right hand plants behind us. So look towards me to begin with. Find that long spine, drop the shoulders, then find your twist. Looking back over your right shoulder. Left shoulder drops. Allowing for that lengthening left side of neck. Drop your right shoulder a little bit. Feel that release through the trap. And then out of that twist back to center. A few more rounds of breath. Inhale, lift up. Palms touch. Hands lower. Sweep out, lift up. Palms meet at the top. Lower heart center. And then again, lifting up tall. Big reach up to the sky. Right hand to left knee. Left hand plants behind us. Looking forward. Long spine, drop the shoulders, and then look back over the left shoulder. Spinal twist. Drop your right shoulder, feel it release through the neck. Drop your left shoulder, feel it release through the traps. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist a little more deeply. And then out of that twist back to center. Starting to get into the hips, the glutes a little bit more. We're going to take our right leg out in front of us. Left leg back behind us. So we're making a couple of 90-degree angles at the knee crease and in the hip crease. And then that back leg can be at a 90. If that doesn't quite work for you, you can pull it in. You can put it up. You can drop it down like so. If you can, maybe find that 90 back there too. And then from there, we're going to center the upper body over the leg, and then just begin to lean in a little bit. Making sure we're not falling outside that knee. So this might just be enough for us, just this stretch right here. Depending on our flexibility though, we can always drop down a little bit more, slowly lowering the body. Maybe the left forearm comes in that crease of the right foot, just to hold everything in place. Head can hang heavy, maybe even one day forehead coming down to block or the floor. Deep inhale, deep exhale. Couple rounds of breath here. One more breath, inhale, and exhale. Slowly lifting back up. We're going to take that right foot into the left thigh. Hands are going to frame the knee, and we're going to find some movement through the spine, almost like a cat-cow type flow. So as we exhale, we dive down, chin to chest, spine rounds. Inhale, sweep out, lift up. Exhale, diving down. Inhale, lift up. And then continue through that a few times on your own, following your breath. Last time, diving down. Then we lift up back to center. We're going to switch our legs. Left leg in front, right leg behind. Try to find the 90-90 in front, maybe that 90 in back. Otherwise, making it work for you. And just trying out this side. It might be a lot different than the other side, so just find a little bit of a dip, a little bit of a hinge at the hips, lean forward. If you're feeling a great stretch, just stay right there. Otherwise, maybe coming down a little deeper. Remembering each side isn't going to look exactly like the other. Our bodies aren't perfect balance side to side, but we work each side, trying to bring those two sides a little closer to balance and center. Any thoughts, any negativity, worry, creep into our mind, we let that go. Knowing that life is best lived when we're truly in the moment, opening our eyes to the truth. 2 more rounds of deep breath here in deer pose, second side. Inhale through the nose and exhale out through the mouth. Breathing in and out. Slowly lifting back up. And we're going to find a little bit of movement through the hips. So we have that deer pose position still on this one side. We're bringing our hands slightly behind us. And we're going to rock side to side, moving through the hip and glute muscle. So as we lift back up, we come both to the heels, and then we're going to drop down back to the 90s on the other side. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, drop down. In 90s, I mean 90-degree angles, not the 1990s. But hey, that's personally my favorite decade, so if we can drop into the 90s and do some yoga, why not? It's our practice. We can make it how we like. So we're moving side to side. And depending on our flexibility, range of motion, balance, maybe even lift the hands up. We sit up a little taller. We don't even need that support behind us. So great movement here to open up through the hip, through the glutes. Let's go one more time to each side. Feels so good. A little hip mobility for our practice today. All right, we're going to come back to center, and then soles of feet together. Pull the heels in, pull the spine long, and then drop the shoulders down. And then pull the knees to the earth. We can always use a little elbow press as well, the inside of the leg to find that. Deep inhale and exhale. Push the knees down. Breathing in again. And out. Move the heels about 18 inches from the body, and then snake the hands underneath the legs, palms up. Let the body just hang heavy here. A little sway is an option. Wiggle the fingers, make sure they're relaxed. They just come to a natural position. And then from here, slowly rolling up one vertebrae at a time, chin to chest, shoulders roll back, head lifts. And then swing your hands around to the front of your mat. Legs come back behind you, all fours, hands and knees. And then plant your palms, step back to a plank. So I don't know how my lighting's changing a little bit as the sun sets behind me. So if I have a nice glow, you can see my shaved bald head also contributes to that. As long as you can see my silhouette, hear my voice, you're all good. It's about being present in your moment anyway. Deep inhale and plank. Exhale, hips shift back and up, down dog. Begin to walk that out left and right. Left and right. And then just settle into your down dog. A little more extension through the back of the legs, through the spine. Let the shoulders hang heavy. And then inhale, left leg lifts back up behind us, three-legged dog, big reach. Step the left foot through. Low runner's lunge, press back through the right heel. Right palm plants, left fingertips reach up to the sky in a twist. One long line, right wrist through left fingertips. And then left hand floats down. Drop the back foot, about a 45-degree angle. Whole outer edge of foot into the mat. Inhale, lift up, warrior one. So on this warrior one, we're pulling the left hip back. We're squaring the right hip forward and keeping that whole back foot planted, that leg long. Reach up to the sky. Relax the shoulders. In our warrior one, we're not as concerned about depth. A lot of times warrior two, we get down to that 90-degree bend. But watch what happens. The more bend I put in that front leg, my hip starts opening up. And the goal of this posture is to keep that hip rolled forward. So just that slight bend, perfect for warrior one. It's a posture of strength, of grounding. I'm not always worried about how much depth we can get. It's about holding that strong pose. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, chest expansion. Those goalpost arms. And then pull the elbows down just a little bit more. Feel that release again through the traps. A little bit of a trapezius muscle focus today, as well as the hips and glutes. Inhale, lengthen up, lengthen through the front leg. And then we're going to come to pyramid, hinging at the hips, hand on the thigh, hand on the shin, maybe fingers touching the ground, but we're looking for a nice long spine. So if the spine begins to round, just pop up a little bit. Once again, we're going to roll the left hip back, pull the right hip forward. And that's where we're going to feel that nice release through the IT band now on that left side. Soft gaze, looking at the toes in front of us, maybe a few inches above it. And then an option to drop the right hand down to the earth, bring the left hand to the left hip, and then we start to look off to the left side of our mat. Keep pulling the left hip back to open up that outside edge of the left leg, that IT band that looks to tighten up on a lot of us. Option, if we like, left fingertips reach up to the sky. Can we keep both legs long? A prop block, great thing to have right here as well. Pull the left shoulder back if we're in that position. And then slowly bring the hand back to the hip. Hands frame the foot. Inhale, sweep up back to our warrior one. And then we're going to pivot, turn to the right toes. Right foot steps forward, long reach to the sky. Exhale, swan dive, flat back, forward fold. Hands to shins, half lift. Exhale, lower down. Feet step back to plank. Lower down, chaturanga, elbows in tight. Cobra through up dog. Toes flip, hips lift back and up, down dog. Walk that out a few times, left and right, before we find that second side. Inhale, right leg lifts back up behind us. Three-legged dog, big reach. Right foot steps forward and through. Low runner's lunge, long spine. And then left palm to the mat. Right fingertips reach up to the sky, opening up in a twist. Just this moment, just this breath. And then hand drops down. Back foot drops again. Whole outer edge. Toes 45-degree angle. Inhale, lift up. Warrior one. Roll the right hip back. Left hip forward. Slight bend in the front leg. Biceps, triceps, strong and engaged. And inhale, lift up. Exhale, chest expansion, goalpost arms again. Try to pull the elbows back. Drop them down an inch or so. Palms open wide. Inhale, lengthen up through the arms, lengthen through the front leg, hinge at the hips, pyramid pose, second side. So we're in that nice long spine position, right hip rolled back, left hip rolled forward. Maybe dropping down to around an ankle, making sure we can keep that spine long. So in that first side, option is here to drop the left hand down to the earth. Roll the right hip back, feel that nice release through the outer edge of the right leg. Maybe right hand to the hip. Slight glance off to the right. Again, stopping anywhere along this progression. If you're right here and this feels great, you're feeling a nice release. Hey, don't move out of that. That's where you need to be. If you'd like though, right fingertips reaching up to the sky. Making sure we don't lose that right hip back. That's the key to this posture right here. And then hand back to the hip if lifted. Hand back down. Inhale, lift back up, bend into the front leg, warrior one. Pivot to the left toes. Foot steps forward. Swan dive, forward fold. Hands to shins, half lift. Exhale, lower down. Feet walk back to plank. Lower down, chaturanga. Cobra through up dog. Drop to the knees, taps the feet to mat. Fall back into a child's pose. Few rounds of breath right here. Maybe taking a deep inhale with your eyes closed. And as we exhale, open up your eyes, looking into your mat, finding that this is your present moment. No other place you have to be. Truth, very clear in this moment. Let's take one more rounds of those breaths. Inhale through the nose, eyes closed. Exhale, eyes open to this present space. Lifting back up, all fours, hands and knees. Stepping back to plank. Hips lift back and up, down dog. Inhale, left leg lifts up behind us, three-legged dog. Left foot steps forward between the palms. Right foot joins, forward fold. Inhale, flat back, half lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, sweep out, lift up. Big reach to the sky. We're going to keep our hands lifted. Arms engaged. And then we're going to lift up the right leg and knee. So we're finding a little balance here. Standing 1 foot balance. Reach the fingertips forward. And then bring your right hand back behind you. So we're in a standing spinal twist. We can look forward to the side, back past the right fingertips behind us. If we wiggle a little, wobble, fall out. And then transitioning to our warrior two from this standing spinal twist. So that right leg that we have lifted right here, we're going to step that back and sink into our warrior two. If you need to take a step or two to make that happen, go for it. So now we're going to try to get a little deeper into that front leg. Relax the shoulders down, left knee out, right hip back. So now we want that openness to the side of our mat. Sinking a little deeper, keeping that back leg long, and really rooting from the outer edge of that back foot. Front leg goes long. Reach forward through the left fingertips. We can reach no further. Hand down to shin, a block, fingertips brushing the mat, or we can just float that hand right inside our calf muscle. That's a great place to be to find alignment. And then wherever your head, neck rests, make sure it's comfortable for you. Could just be simply looking down to the side or up past those right fingertips to the sky. Inhale, lift back up, bend in the front leg, left palm to the sky, fall back, reverse warrior. Inhale, warrior two, hands windmill down, framing the foot, pivot right toes, hands plant. Left leg back up behind us, three-legged dog. Option to bend the left leg, drop it back over the right, stack the hips in a twist. But look at those right toes, make sure they're still facing forward. Drop your left elbow a little bit. Left leg back up behind us, three-legged dog. And then bring the left knee over towards the right elbow. Breathing in and breathing out. Option, if we'd like, to shoot that left leg through and then lift the right fingertips to the sky, opening up. Holding here for a moment. And then right hand comes back down. Pivot to right toes. Left leg back up behind us, three-legged dog. Foot steps down, down dog. Forward to plank. Lower down, chaturanga. Cobra through up dog. Toe split. Hips lift, back and up, down dog. Walk that a few times, left and right. Left and right. Second side, inhale, right leg lifts up behind us. Right foot steps forward, left foot joins. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, lower. Reverse swan dive, sweep up, lift up, taking in that beautiful sunshine if we have it. And then begin to lift your left leg up. 90-degree angle, pull the toes back towards the shin. Reach the fingertips forward. And then left arm can come behind us. Also might feel good just to place that left hand on the left hip. And then gazing wherever we'd like. Be finding a little wiggle. And then with control, plant through that right leg and foot. Step the left foot back, warrior two. And then making sure we have a long enough stance where they slide that foot back. So when we bend into the front leg and get closer to parallel, we don't have that knee coming up much over the front ankle. Tuck the hips under the shoulders. Relax the shoulders. Give them a little wave. Excellent. Two more rounds of breath, warrior two. And then front leg goes long, triangle second side, reach forward through the right fingertips, hand down to shin, fingertips to floor, or just finding that in-between hover, since our core is what's truly in control. One more round of breath in triangle. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, lift back up. Bend to the front leg, right palm to the sky. Exhale, reverse warrior. Inhale, warrior two, hands windmill down, framing that right foot. Pivot to the left toes. Right leg back up behind us, three-legged dog. Option to bend the right leg, drop it back over the left. Stack the hips in a twist. Left toes facing forward, drop that right elbow down. Keep lifting the right leg up and over. Inhale, lift that leg up, and then cross the right knee over by the left elbow. We can stay there. We can always drop that bottom knee to the ground if that helps us. Or we can shoot that right leg through. Left fingertips to the sky. It looks so great here today. And then begin to come out. Left hand comes down, pivot to left toes. Right leg lifts up, foot steps down. Forward to plank. Lower down, chaturanga. Cobra through up dog. Drop to the knees, take a child's pose. Relax the hands, the fingers, the elbows through the shoulders. Hips fall back. And then slowly lift up. We're going to cross the legs behind us. And we're going to make our way down to our mat for our Shavasana. We've worked through the hips, the glutes, the IT bands. Now we're going to separate the arms slightly from the body, palms facing up. Take any position that works for you on your back. For some reason, if that doesn't agree with you, you can always come seated as well. But take a few moments here to let go of that practice. Because those moments that happened are now in the past. And we have this new gift, this new present moment, this truth. Feel the belly rise and fall with each breath. Inhale and exhale. And we come back to that centering thought. You make your life hard by always being in your head. Life is simple. Get out of your head and get into the moment. And on my particular sheet I'm looking at here, it has two parts highlighted. It has the words life is simple highlighted. And then it has get into the moment highlighted. So let's breathe and work with those two parts for a moment. Breathe in, life is simple. Breathe out, get into the moment. Breathe in, life is simple. Breathe out, get into the moment. Follow that on your own a few times, in and out. Just this moment, just this breath, and I'll give you just a little bit of time and space to explore that. To wiggle your fingers, your toes. If you need a little more time just to rest, you can always just press pause and just rejoin us whenever you're ready or for the next practice. After all, this is your moment. But continuing on, we roll to one side using your arm like a pillow. Few rounds of deep breath on that side. Then we work our way back up to that comfortable opening seated position. We wait for everyone to join us. We give a couple of shoulder rolls up, back, and down from the ears. And then 2 deep cleansing rounds of breath. Inhale, arms sweep out, lift up tall, reach to the sky, palms touch. Exhale, hands lower, heart center. Inhale, sweep out, lift up, big reach, palms touch. Hands lower, heart center, where we close our practice. The light, the love, the joy in me, respect, honor, acknowledge the light, love, and joy in all of you. To these things we commit our day. We also remember that life is simple when we get into the moment. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining us for this practice. This has been Yoga with Zack. Hope to see you for another practice real soon. Have an incredible, fantastic day going forward, being in the moment.